How to reset your mind in 5 minutes. You wake up feeling heavy, even before the day truly starts. Your mind races with things you forgot, things you fear, and things you cannot change. That buzzing feeling in your chest tells you that stress has already moved in without asking. You try to push through, but your thoughts feel like tangled wires inside your head. This is exactly why you picked up this book, and I am proud of you for that. You do not need a week off or a trip to the mountains to feel better. You just need 5 short minutes and a few simple tools that actually work. This book gives you those tools, one small chapter at a time. Here is the good news that might sound too good to be true, but it is real. Your brain is not broken, and you are not weak for feeling stuck or tired. Every human mind gets messy, loud, and confused at different points in life. The difference between staying stuck and moving forward is knowing how to hit the reset button fast. Most people wait until they feel completely burned out before they try to rest. But you are learning a smarter way, which is to reset early and often like a pro athlete takes small breaks. 5 minutes is all it takes to change your mental direction completely. Let me show you how, starting right now with the very next page. Chapter 1: The Pause Button. You cannot reset a moving car while it is speeding down a hill, and the same goes for your brain. The first step to feeling better is to simply stop everything for just a moment. Do not try to fix your thoughts yet, and do not judge them either. Just press an imaginary pause button in your mind as if you are stopping a movie. This small act of pausing tells your nervous system that you are safe for now. Your heart rate will begin to slow down without you doing anything fancy at all. Most people skip this step because they think action is always better than stopping. But stopping first is actually the most powerful action you can take when you feel lost. Pausing feels strange at first because we are taught to keep going no matter what. Your phone dings, your boss expects answers, and your family needs things from you every single day. But constant motion without rest creates a foggy brain that cannot think clearly anymore. When you pause, you give your mind permission to catch up with your body in this moment. You are essentially saying to yourself, "Nothing is on fire right now, so let me breathe." This simple permission slip changes everything because it removes the pressure to perform perfectly. You do not need to solve every problem during this pause at all. You just need to notice that you are here, alive, and capable of choosing what comes next. Try this right now while you are reading these words on this page. Put the book down on your lap or the table in front of you. Close your eyes halfway or all the way, whichever feels better for your eyes today. Take one normal breath in and let it out without trying to change anything about it. Now notice the difference between the breath you just took and the one before you paused. That tiny difference is your brain stepping out of automatic panic mode for a second. You have successfully pressed pause, and nothing terrible happened during that time. In fact, you probably felt a small wave of calm that surprised you a little bit. That calm is always available to you, but you have to choose to pause first before you can find it. Your mind will fight this pause at first because it loves being busy and worried. It will whisper things like, "You do not have time for this right now." Or it will say, "This is silly, and you should be working instead of pausing." Those thoughts are completely normal, and they do not mean you are doing anything wrong at all. Just think those thoughts like you would thank a noisy neighbor who talks too much. Then return your attention to the simple act of sitting still for a few seconds longer. Every time your mind runs away, you gently bring it back without getting angry at yourself. This gentle return is actually the main exercise, not the pausing itself. You are building a muscle that gets stronger each time you practice this simple move. The best part about the pause button is that you can press it anywhere, anytime, without anyone noticing. You can press it while waiting for coffee to pour into your favorite mug in the morning. You can press it while sitting in traffic or standing in a long line at the grocery store. You can even press it in the middle of a stressful meeting by simply taking one slow breath. Nobody will see you do it, but everyone will notice that you seem calmer afterward. This is your secret superpower that costs zero money and takes almost no time to use. The more you practice pausing, the faster your brain learns to calm down on its own. Soon you will feel the stress coming and press pause before it even arrives fully. That is when you know the reset has truly begun to work for you. Remember that pausing is not giving up or being lazy at all, so let go of that fear right now. Pausing is actually the bravest thing you can do when your world feels too loud and too fast. It takes courage to stop when everyone else keeps running and pushing and striving for more. But you are not everyone else, and you are reading this book because you want a better way to live. A better way starts with the simple choice to stop moving for 5 minutes each day. That choice will feel uncomfortable at first, and that discomfort is a sign of growth, not failure. Keep pressing that pause button even when it feels strange or pointless to do so. Your future calmer self is already thanking you for starting this simple, powerful habit today. Chapter 2. Breathe like you mean it. Breathing seems so easy that you probably never think about it until you cannot breathe well. But the way you breathe changes everything about how your mind feels from moment to moment. When you are stressed, your breaths become short, fast, and high up in your chest area. When you are calm, your breaths become long, slow, and deep down in your belly instead. This means you can trick your brain into calmness by changing how you breathe on purpose. You do not need to wait for your stress to go away before you breathe better. You can breathe better right now, and your stress will follow along behind it. That is what it means to breathe like you mean it, with full attention and care. Most people breathe like they are being chased by a lion all day long without realizing it. Their shoulders go up, their necks get tight, and their chest feels heavy by the afternoon hours. This style of breathing keeps your body in fight mode even when no danger exists around you. Your poor brain gets confused because it thinks you are still running from something scary somewhere. Then your thoughts become dark because your body feels like it is preparing for an attack at any second. You can break this loop in less than 60 seconds by changing your breathing pattern completely. The best pattern is called box breathing, and it is used by soldiers and athletes worldwide. They use it because it works fast, and you can use it for the same exact reason today. Here is how to do box breathing without any fancy apps or expensive tools at all. Breathe in slowly through your nose while counting to 4 in your head at a steady pace. Hold that breath gently for another count of 4 without straining your lungs too much. Then breathe out slowly through your mouth for another count of 4, making a soft whoosh sound. Finally, hold your lungs empty for a count of 4 before you start the next breath cycle. That is 1 box, and you should repeat this whole pattern 3 more times for best results. Each side of the box is 4 seconds long, making each full breath take 16 seconds total. This slow rhythm tells your nervous system that you are safe and not being chased at all. Your heart rate will drop, your shoulders will relax, and your mind will feel much clearer afterward. You might feel a little dizzy or strange the first few times you try box breathing slowly. That is completely normal because your body is not used to getting so much oxygen at once. If you feel too dizzy, just go back to normal breathing and try again later with shorter counts. Start with 2 seconds on each side instead of 4 seconds to make it easier on your lungs. Then work your way up slowly over several days until 4 seconds feels comfortable and natural. Your body will begin to crave this breathing pattern when stress shows up uninvited into your day. You will notice yourself taking a box breath before answering a difficult email or phone call soon. That is your new superpower growing stronger every time you choose to breathe like you mean it today. The beauty of this tool is that no one can see you doing it at all, which makes it very sneaky. You can box breathe while talking to someone without them knowing anything different is happening. You can box breathe while walking down the hallway or sitting at your desk working hard. You can even box breathe while lying in bed unable to sleep because your mind is too loud. The only person who needs to know is you, and you are the one who needs the calm most. Practice this breathing method 3 times every day, even when you feel perfectly fine already. This practice builds a strong habit that will save you when stress hits you hardest later. Think of it like exercise for your lungs and your brain working together as one team. Do not worry about doing box breathing perfectly because perfect is not the goal at all. The goal is simply to slow down your breath and pay attention to it for a short while. If you lose count or forget which side of the box you are on, just start over again. If you can only hold your breath for 2 seconds, then 2 seconds is good enough right now. Your breathing will improve with practice just like any other skill you have learned before. The most important thing is that you tried and that you will keep trying again tomorrow. Every single box breath is a gift you give to your tired, overworked nervous system today. So take a deep box breath right now before you turn to the next chapter ahead. You have already begun to reset your mind without even leaving your chair at all. Chapter 3. The Garbage Out Minute. Your brain collects mental garbage just like your kitchen collects old food that needs to go out. Worries, fears, angry thoughts, and regrets all pile up inside your head throughout each day. If you never take out this garbage, your mind starts to smell bad and feel heavy all the time. You cannot think clearly when your mental space is filled with yesterday's problems and tomorrow's fears. That is why you need a quick way to dump everything out before it poisons your mood completely. The Garbage Out Minute takes exactly 60 seconds and uses only a pen and paper mostly. You do not need to write well, spell correctly, or make any sense at all during this time. You just need to let the bad stuff escape from your brain onto a page somewhere safe. Find any piece of paper and any writing tool that still has ink left inside of it today. Set a timer on your phone for 1 minute only, not 1 second longer than that. Now write down every single thought that is bothering you without stopping to fix anything. Do not worry about grammar, punctuation, or whether your handwriting looks pretty at all. Do not judge the thoughts as silly or wrong, because all thoughts are allowed to come out now. Write things like, "I am angry at my boss," or "I feel tired of being alone today." Write things like, "I forgot to call my mom back," or "I am scared about money next month." Keep your hand moving until the timer beeps and do not lift your pen off the paper at all. When the timer beeps, stop writing immediately even if you are in the middle of a sentence. Look at what you wrote without trying to solve any of the problems listed on the page. You are not looking for answers right now, and you are not trying to feel better just yet. You are simply noticing how much garbage was hiding inside your brain without your permission. Most people are shocked to see how many negative thoughts they carry around every single day. Seeing them on paper makes them feel smaller and less scary than they felt inside your head. That is because thoughts lose their power when you drag them out into the light where you can see them. What once felt like a monster becomes just a sentence on a piece of paper instead. Now you have a choice about what to do with this garbage that you have collected from your mind. You can crumple up the paper into a tight ball and throw it across the room for fun. You can tear it into tiny pieces and watch them fall like snow onto the floor below. You can even burn it safely in a sink if you are careful, and an adult is nearby watching. The physical act of destroying the paper tells your brain that these thoughts are gone for good. You do not need to carry them anymore because you already looked at them and let them go. Some people prefer to keep the paper and write solutions next to each problem listed there. That is fine too, as long as you do not keep the garbage trapped inside your head any longer. This exercise works because your brain cannot hold on to thoughts that you have already written down clearly. Once a thought exists outside your head, your brain relaxes because it no longer needs to remember it. Think of it like writing down a phone number so you do not have to repeat it in your mind constantly. Your brain loves to let go of things when it knows they are saved somewhere else safely. That is why keeping a small notebook for garbage thoughts can change your entire week completely. You can dump your garbage anytime you feel heavy, then close the book and walk away from it. The garbage stays in the book, and you stay free to think about better things instead now. This is one of the fastest ways to reset when life feels too messy to handle anymore. Try doing this garbage out minute every morning before you start your real work for the day. You will be amazed at how much lighter your mind feels after just 1 week of this practice. The thoughts that used to bother you all day will lose their power to upset you so much. You will start to notice patterns in your garbage, like always worrying about the same few things. That awareness helps you solve the real problems instead of just carrying the same garbage forever. Remember that your mind is not dirty for having garbage, because every human mind has garbage daily. The problem is not the garbage itself, but whether you choose to take it out or leave it inside. You now know how to take it out, so go ahead and give yourself that gift right now. Chapter 4. Look away from the screen. Your eyes work harder than almost any other part of your body during a normal day. They stare at phones, computers, televisions, and tablets for hours without getting a real break at all. This constant screen time confuses your brain because your eyes are not designed for close work only. In nature, your eyes would shift between looking far away and looking near every few minutes. But screens keep your eyes locked in one position, one distance, and one brightness level constantly. This strain travels from your eyes to your neck, then to your shoulders, and finally to your brain. A tired eye leads to a tired mind, and a tired mind cannot reset itself very well. That is why looking away from the screen is one of the fastest resets you will ever try today. The 20-20-20 rule is famous among eye doctors for good reason that actually works well. Every 20 minutes, you should look at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds at least. But you can make this rule even simpler for a 5-minute reset that feels amazing instead. First, turn off your screen or set it down face down so you cannot see the light anymore. Then stand up and walk toward the nearest window that shows the outside world around you. Put your face close to the glass and look as far into the distance as your eyes can see today. Find a tree, a cloud, a building, or a mountain that is very far away from where you stand. Let your eyes relax completely as they focus on something that is not close to your face at all. You will feel a strange releasing sensation behind your eyes, and that is a very good sign indeed. While you look far away, blink your eyes softly and fully like butterfly wings opening and closing. Most people forget to blink when they stare at screens, which dries out their eyes badly. Dry eyes hurt, and hurt eyes make your whole mood drop without you knowing why exactly. Blinking spreads moisture across your eyes and gives them a fresh layer of protection against strain. Do 10 slow, exaggerated blinks while you continue looking at that faraway tree or cloud outside. Then close your eyes gently for 10 seconds and feel the warmth of your eyelids resting on your eyes. This simple break costs nothing, but feels like a mini vacation for your most important sense organ. Your brain will thank you by thinking more clearly and feeling less irritated after just this short break. You can also try palming, which is a fancy word for covering your eyes with your warm hands instead. Rub your hands together very fast until they feel warm against each other like a small fire starting. Then cup your palms over your closed eyes without pressing down on your eyeballs at all. Make sure no light gets in between your fingers, creating total darkness for your tired eyes to enjoy. Sit like this for 1 full minute while breathing slowly through your nose the way you learned before. The warmth from your hands relaxes the tiny muscles around your eyes that hold so much tension daily. The darkness gives your optic nerve a break from processing light, color, and movement constantly all day long. When you remove your hands, open your eyes slowly like you are waking up from a beautiful short nap instead. If you cannot get to a window or wash your hands for palming right now, do not worry at all. Simply close your eyes and roll them in a circle slowly, first one way and then the other way. Roll them clockwise 3 times, then counterclockwise 3 times, keeping your eyelids closed the whole time. This movement stretches the eye muscles that get locked into one position from screen staring all day. Then look up as high as you can with your eyes closed, then down as low as you can manage. Look left as far as possible, then right as far as possible, feeling the gentle stretch in each direction. Finally, make an X shape by looking up left, then down right, then up right, then down left. This whole eye yoga takes less than 2 minutes and will leave your eyes feeling fresh and new again. Your mind will follow your eyes into calmness because the two are connected more than you knew before. Make looking away from screens a habit that you protect like a valuable treasure every single day. Set a timer on your phone that goes off every hour to remind you to rest your eyes now. When the timer goes off, stop whatever you are doing and look away for at least 60 seconds. Your work will still be there when you look back, but your eyes will be fresher and faster then. You will actually finish your work sooner because tired eyes make more mistakes and work slower. This is not laziness. This is smart working that respects the limits of your human body today. Your eyes are the only pair you will ever get in this entire lifetime right now. Treat them like the precious gifts they are, and they will serve you well for many years ahead. Chapter 5. Name 3 good things. Your brain has a negativity bias that scientists have studied and proven beyond any reasonable doubt now. This means your brain naturally looks for problems, dangers, and things that could go wrong very soon. Thousands of years ago, this bias kept humans alive by spotting tigers and snakes before they attacked. But today, this same bias makes you ignore all the good things happening around you constantly. You could have 10 good things happen and 1 bad thing, but you will remember only the bad thing. This is not your fault, and it does not mean you are a negative person at all. It just means your brain is doing its old job even though the world has changed completely now. You can fix this bias in 5 minutes by naming 3 good things on purpose every single day. Naming 3 good things sounds almost too simple to work, but research proves it changes your brain over time. When you force yourself to find good things, you train your brain to look for them automatically later. Your brain starts to notice a beautiful sunset, a kind text, or a tasty bite of food more often. This shift happens because your brain builds new pathways that focus on positive information instead of only danger. You do not need big things like winning money or getting a promotion at your job at all. Small things work better because small things happen every day, giving you plenty of practice opportunities. A warm cup of coffee, a soft blanket, or a friendly wave from a neighbor all count as good things. The size of the good thing does not matter, only the act of noticing it matters today. Here is how to do this exercise in exactly 5 minutes without any special tools or apps needed. Find a quiet spot where you can sit or stand without someone interrupting you for a few minutes. Take 2 deep breaths to settle your body and prepare your mind for a different kind of search now. Ask yourself this question out loud or silently. What went well for me today, even in a small way? Think back over the last few hours and look for moments that felt neutral or slightly pleasant at least. Write down the first 3 answers that come to your mind, no matter how tiny or silly they seem. If you cannot think of 3 things, then name 2 things, or even 1 thing to start building the habit. The act of searching is actually more important than what you find during your search today. Your brain is learning to hunt for gold instead of only hunting for problems all the time. Let me give you examples of good things so you know what kind of answers work best for this game. You might say, I saw a dog wagging its tail while I walked down the street this morning. You might say, my coffee was exactly the right temperature when I drank it a few hours ago. You might say, someone held the door for me even though they did not have to do that at all. You might say, I remembered to charge my phone last night so it did not die today. You might say, the sun felt warm on my face for a moment when I stepped outside to breathe. You might say, I finished 1 task on my list, and that is better than finishing 0 tasks instead. You might say, my favorite song played on the radio while I was driving to work earlier. All of these are perfect because they are real, small, and true moments from an ordinary day. What if you had a truly terrible day where nothing seemed to go right at any moment? What if you feel sad, angry, or exhausted and cannot find a single good thing anywhere around you? In that case, name 3 good things that are always true no matter how bad your day becomes. You can say, I am still breathing, and my heart is still beating inside my chest right now. You can say, I have a roof over my head and clean water to drink whenever I feel thirsty today. You can say, I am safe in this moment and no one is hurting me physically at this exact time. You can say, I have the ability to read these words, which means my eyes and brain still work fine. You can say, I chose to try this exercise, which means I have not given up on myself yet. These basic good things are always available to you, even on your darkest, hardest, most painful days ever. They remind you that you are alive, and being alive always contains some small seed of goodness somewhere. Do this exercise at the same time every day until it becomes a natural habit for your brain. Many people do it right before bed because it helps them sleep better with calm thoughts. Others do it at breakfast while drinking their morning coffee and watching the sun rise outside. You can even do it with a friend or family member and share your 3 things with each other. Hearing other people's good things will help you notice more good things in your own life too. After 1 week of this practice, you will catch yourself smiling at small joys without even trying. After 1 month, your brain will start to feel lighter and more hopeful as a default setting. This is not pretending that bad things do not happen, because bad things do happen sometimes. This is choosing to also see the good things, so your mind stays balanced and strong instead of broken. Chapter 6. The Shoulder Drop. Your shoulders are like mood meters that tell everyone how stressed you feel without saying a word. When you are worried, your shoulders creep up toward your ears like turtles hiding inside their shells. When you are tired, your shoulders slump forward and make your chest feel tight and small instead. When you are angry, your shoulders become hard and stiff like Chinese letter rocks glued to your body. You probably do not notice your shoulders at all until they start hurting badly later in the day. But your shoulders hold more stress than almost any other part of your entire body combined. The good news is that you can release this stress in less than 60 seconds anytime you want. The shoulder drop is the fastest physical reset you will ever learn from this book today. Sit or stand in a comfortable position with your spine straight but not stiff like a board at all. Take 1 normal breath in, and as you breathe out, let your shoulders fall down toward the floor. Do not force them down or push them with your muscles. Just let gravity do the work instead. Imagine that someone placed a heavy, warm blanket across your shoulders and let it hang there. Feel the difference between where your shoulders were before and where they are resting right now. Most people discover that their normal shoulder position was actually lifted up much higher than needed. You have been walking around with your shoulders tense for hours without even knowing it at all. That tension has been sending stress signals to your brain every second of every single day. Now roll your shoulders backward in a slow circle 5 times, making the circle as big as you can make it. Feel the movement in your shoulder blades, which are the flat bones on your upper back area. After 5 backward circles, reverse the direction and roll your shoulders forward 5 times slowly. This movement loosens up the joints and muscles that get locked into one position all day long. Most people sit with their shoulders rolled forward because of computers, phones, and driving cars constantly. This forward position closes up your chest and makes it harder to breathe deeply and fully. Rolling your shoulders back opens your chest like opening a window to let fresh air inside finally. You will notice an immediate difference in your mood and energy after just these simple rolls. After the rolls, lift both shoulders up toward your ears as high as they will possibly go right now. Hold them up there for 3 seconds while you feel the tension building in your neck muscles. Then let them drop completely, and suddenly like a heavy bag falling off a table onto the floor. Notice the wave of release that spreads from your shoulders down your arms and into your hands. That release is your nervous system letting go of stress that it has been holding for way too long. Repeat this lift and drop 3 more times, each time letting your shoulders fall faster and more loosely. On the final drop, keep your shoulders down and notice how different your body feels overall. You might feel taller, lighter, or even a little bit tingly as blood flows back into tight muscles again. You can do the shoulder drop anywhere without anyone noticing what you are doing at all. Do it while waiting in line at the store and watch how much calmer you feel afterward. Do it in the middle of a boring meeting when your attention starts to drift away from the speaker. Do it before you answer a difficult phone call so your voice sounds calmer and more confident. Do it after you finish a hard task to shake off the leftover tension from concentrating too long. Do it right before you fall asleep to help your body understand that the day is finally over now. Do it first thing in the morning before you even get out of bed to start your day fresh. The more you do it, the more your body will remember to keep your shoulders down on its own. Your mother might have told you to stand up straight when you were a small child years ago. She was right, but she probably did not explain why posture matters so much for your mood today. Your body and your brain talk to each other constantly through a hidden language of posture and tension. When you drop your shoulders, you are literally telling your brain, I am safe and I can relax now. When you keep your shoulders up, you're telling your brain, danger is near and I must stay ready to fight or run. That is why changing your shoulders changes your thoughts faster than trying to change your thoughts directly. You do not need to analyze your feelings or understand why you feel stressed at all. You just need to drop your shoulders and let your body lead your mind toward calmness instead. This is one of the smartest shortcuts in this entire book, so use it often and use it well. Chapter 7: One Tiny Win. Feeling stuck often happens because your to-do list feels too long and too heavy to start at all. You look at everything you need to do, and your brain shuts down from feeling overwhelmed completely. The tasks seem impossible, so you do nothing, and then you feel worse for doing nothing at all. This cycle can trap you for hours, days, or even weeks if you do not break it somehow. The secret to breaking free is not to finish everything on your list right now today. The secret is to find one tiny win that takes less than 5 minutes to complete fully. A tiny win proves to your brain that you are capable of taking action right now. And one win often leads to another win, then another, until you are finally moving forward again. A tiny win is so small that it almost feels silly to call it a win at all honestly. Making your bed counts as a tiny win because you changed your environment in a positive way. Drinking a full glass of water counts as a tiny win because you cared for your body gently. Putting one dirty dish into the dishwasher counts as a tiny win because you stopped the mess from growing. Sending one short text that you have been avoiding counts as a tiny win for your courage today. Opening your mail and throwing away the junk envelopes counts as a tiny win for your clarity. Writing down the first step of a big project counts as a tiny win for your future self. None of these things will change your life alone, but they will change your momentum completely right now. Choose your tiny win based on what feels easiest and least scary in this exact moment today. Do not choose the hardest task first because that will just overwhelm you again immediately. Do not choose something that takes more than 5 minutes because you will quit before you finish it. Look around your physical space and find something that bothers you but could be fixed very fast. Maybe a pillow is on the floor, so pick it up and put it back on the couch where it belongs. Maybe your shoes are scattered, so line them up neatly next to the front door right now. Maybe your desk has one old coffee cup, so carry it to the kitchen and wash it out. The goal is to complete the action fully, then stop and notice how you feel afterward. After you finish your tiny win, pause for 10 seconds and celebrate what you just did successfully. Say out loud to yourself, I just did that, and that is good enough for right now. Feel the small spark of pride that comes from keeping a promise you made to yourself today. Your brain releases a tiny amount of dopamine, which is the feel-good chemical inside your head. That dopamine makes you want to take another action, which is why one win leads to another win. You might find yourself picking up a second pillow or washing a second cup without even trying. You might open your computer and write one email because your brain is now in action mode already. This is not magic. This is biology, and you can use it to pull yourself out of feeling stuck completely. What if you finish your tiny win and still feel stuck and unmotivated to do anything else today? That is completely fine, and you have still succeeded because you did not stay completely stuck at least. One tiny win is better than 0 wins, and 0 wins is where you were before you started reading this. You can stop after one win and feel proud that you moved forward even just a little bit today. Tomorrow you can try for 2 tiny wins, and the next day you can try for 3 tiny wins instead. The number does not matter as much as the habit of proving to yourself that you can act. Each tiny win is a brick that builds the house of your confidence over time slowly. And confident people feel less stuck because they trust themselves to handle whatever comes next in life. Keep a list of tiny wins that you have completed somewhere you can see them every single day. Write them down in a notebook or on your phone where you can look back and feel proud later. On hard days, read through your list and remind yourself that you are someone who takes action. You are not lazy, broken, or incapable just because you feel stuck sometimes like everyone else. Every successful person on earth feels stuck, overwhelmed, and tired on many different days. The difference is that they have learned to look for one tiny win instead of waiting for motivation. Motivation does not lead to action, but action leads to motivation every single time without fail. So stop waiting to feel ready and go find your one tiny win right now today. Your future self will look back and thank you for taking that first small step forward. Chapter 8. Change your spot, change your mood. Your brain connects certain places with certain feelings whether you realize it or not at all. Your desk might feel like stress because you always do hard work while sitting there every day. Your bedroom might feel like tiredness because you only go there when you are ready to sleep. Your kitchen might feel like rush because you are always hurrying to make food and leave again. These feelings become stuck to the places like invisible glue that you cannot see but can feel deeply. When you sit in a stressed spot, your brain automatically goes into stressed mode without your permission. This happens even if nothing stressful is happening right now in this exact moment at all. That is why changing your spot can change your mood faster than almost any other trick available. To test this idea, stand up from wherever you are sitting while you read these words right now. Walk to a different part of the same room, or walk to a completely different room altogether. If you can go outside, even better because fresh air adds even more power to this move. Now sit or stand in your new spot and take 3 slow breaths while looking around the new space. Notice how your body feels different just because the light, sounds, and smells have changed slightly. Your shoulders might drop lower, your breathing might slow down, or your jaw might unclench a little. This is not imagination. This is your nervous system responding to a new environment with fresh curiosity. Your brain cannot stay stuck in an old mood when it is busy noticing a new place around you. You can use this trick anytime you feel trapped by your own thoughts or emotions during the day. If you feel angry while sitting on your couch, stand up and walk to a chair in the kitchen instead. If you feel sad while lying in your bed, get up and sit by a window where the light comes inside. If you feel anxious at your work desk, walk to the break room or the bathroom for just 2 minutes. If you feel bored in your living room, step outside onto your porch or balcony for some fresh air now. The physical act of moving your body to a new spot breaks the loop of repetitive negative thinking. Your brain has to pay attention to new input, like the color of the walls or the temperature of the air. That new input pushes out the old negative loop, at least for a few minutes of relief. Sometimes you cannot leave your spot because you are in a meeting, a class, or a car driving somewhere. In those cases, you can do a micro move that changes your position without leaving your seat at all. Turn your chair slightly to the left or right so you are facing a different direction than before. Move your phone or your coffee cup to the other side of your desk where you do not usually put it. Stand up and stretch your arms above your head for 5 seconds, then sit back down again differently. Change which leg is crossed over the other, or uncross your legs completely and plant both feet down. These tiny changes seem small, but they signal to your brain that something is different right now. And different often feels lighter, newer, and less heavy than the same old spot you were stuck in before. Make a game out of finding new spots to reset your mind throughout each normal day of your life. Count how many different places you can sit or stand in during just one single afternoon. You might discover that a hallway bench feels peaceful, or a stair step feels strangely comfortable to sit on. You might find that standing in your closet feels weird, but also oddly calming for a short break. You might realize that your car parked in the driveway is a great spot for a 5-minute reset. You might notice that the floor feels grounding when you are used to always sitting on chairs instead. Each new spot gives your brain a fresh start, a clean page, and a chance to feel different. Collect these spots like treasures and visit them whenever your mood needs a quick adjustment today. The most powerful spot change involves going outside and touching something from the natural world directly. Put your bare feet on the grass if you can do so safely without hurting yourself at all. Touch the bark of a tree with your open palm and feel its rough texture against your skin. Look up at the sky and notice how big it is compared to your small worries right now. Listen to the wind or the birds or the sound of leaves moving against each other slowly. Nature does not rush, worry, or feel overwhelmed, and being near it teaches your brain to slow down. Even 5 seconds of nature contact has been shown to lower stress markers in scientific studies recently. So if you can change your spot to somewhere outside, you get double the reset power for free. Your mind will thank you with clarity, calm, and a fresh perspective on whatever was bothering you before. Chapter 9. The 5-4-3-2-1 Game. Anxiety pulls your brain out of the present moment and throws it into a scary future or past. You start worrying about what might happen tomorrow or what should have happened differently yesterday. While your brain travels through time, your body stays here in the present moment all alone. This disconnect between your brain and your body creates the terrible feeling we call anxiety every time. The cure is to pull your brain back to the present moment where your body already lives safely. The 5-4-3-2-1 game does this faster than talking or thinking ever could by itself. It uses your 5 senses to anchor your mind firmly into the here and now completely. You can play this game alone, anywhere, in less than 2 minutes with 0 tools needed. Start by finding 5 things that you can see with your eyes in the space around you right now. Name them out loud or silently in your head, saying exactly what each object looks like clearly. You might say, I see a blue pen, a white wall, a brown shoe, a green plant, and a gray clock. Do not judge the objects as boring or important. Just notice that they exist near you at this moment. Your brain cannot worry about the future while it is busy listing things that it sees right now. This simple act of numbing pulls your attention away from anxious thoughts and into your surroundings instead. Take your time with this step, really looking at each object as if you are seeing it for the first time. You have successfully completed step 1, and your anxiety should already feel slightly smaller than before. Next, find 4 things that you can feel with your skin touching them directly right now. Feel the fabric of your shirt against your arm and notice whether it feels soft or rough instead. Feel the floor under your feet and notice whether it feels cold or warm against your bare skin. Feel the back of your chair against your spine and notice the pressure pushing gently against you. Feel the air moving across your cheek and notice whether it feels still or slightly breezy right now. You can also feel your own hands touching each other or your hair resting on your neck softly. Name each feeling as you notice it, saying, I feel my socks, I feel my watch, I feel my chair, I feel my breath. Your sense of touch is very powerful for grounding because it connects directly to your calming nervous system. Spend at least 10 seconds on this step, really noticing each sensation without rushing through it quickly. Now find 3 things that you can hear with your ears in this exact moment around you. Stop trying to hear something important or interesting, and just listen to whatever sounds exist nearby. You might hear a fan humming, a car driving past outside, or your own breathing moving in and out. You might hear birds singing, a refrigerator running, or someone talking in another room far away. You might hear the pages of this book rustling as you hold it in your hands right now. Name each sound as you hear it, saying, I hear a buzz, I hear a rumble, I hear a whisper quietly. Do not judge the sounds as good or bad. Just notice that they are real and happening right now. Your brain cannot race into the future while it is busy listening carefully to present moment sounds. This step is often the most calming one because sounds do not ask anything from you at all. Find 2 things that you can smell with your nose in the air surrounding your body currently. If you cannot smell anything obvious, then move your body or create a smell on purpose today. You can smell your own shirt, your own hand, or the pages of this book that you hold closely. You can scratch your skin gently and smell your own natural scent that lives on your body always. You can walk to the kitchen and smell the coffee, the soap, or the fruit sitting in a bowl. You can step outside and smell the grass, the rain, or the air after a storm passes through. Name each smell as you notice it, saying, "I smell paper, I smell coffee, I smell my own skin right now." Smell is the sense most connected to memory and emotion, so this step feels very grounding indeed. If you truly cannot smell two things, then imagine two smells that you love and pretend they are here. Finally, find one thing that you can taste with your tongue inside your mouth at this moment. You might taste the last sip of water or coffee that you drank a few minutes earlier today. You might taste your own toothpaste if you brushed your teeth recently before reading this book. You might taste nothing at all, and that is fine because nothing is still a valid taste to notice. If you taste nothing, then put something small in your mouth like a mint or a piece of gum. You could also lick your own lips and taste the skin or any lip balm you might be wearing today. Name this taste out loud, saying, "I taste mint," or "I taste nothing," and that is okay too. This final step locks all the other senses together and anchors you completely in the present moment. Your anxiety has now been replaced with awareness, and your mind is fully reset and ready to continue. Chapter 10. Laugh for no reason. Laughter is free medicine that works faster than almost anything you can buy at a store today. When you laugh, your brain releases chemicals that kill stress and make you feel happier instantly. Your muscles relax, your breathing deepens, and your blood flows better throughout your entire body at once. The problem is that most people wait for something funny to happen before they allow themselves to laugh. But what if you could laugh right now even though nothing funny is happening around you at all? What if you could fake a laugh and still get all the same benefits as a real laugh completely? Science says yes, your body cannot tell the difference between a real laugh and a fake one. That means you can reset your mind by laughing for no reason at all starting today. Try this experiment right now while you are sitting there reading these words on this page. Open your mouth and make a laughing sound even if it feels fake and weird at first. Say ha 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 out loud, then he he he, then ho 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 in a silly voice. Do not worry about what you sound like or whether anyone else can hear you doing this exercise. Force your face into a smile even if you do not feel happy at all in this moment today. Keep making the laughing sound for 20 full seconds without stopping to judge yourself harshly. Notice what happens to your body after those 20 seconds have passed by completely. You might feel a little lighter, a little warmer, or a little bit silly in a good way now. That is your brain releasing stress chemicals because it believes you are actually laughing for real. Now take it further by adding body movements that make the fake laugh feel more real and physical. Tilt your head back and let your jaw drop open while you continue making laughing sounds loudly. Shake your shoulders up and down while you laugh, letting your whole upper body join the movement. Slap your knee or your thigh gently with your hand as if you just heard the funniest joke ever told. Wipe a fake tear from your eye and point at nothing as if something invisible is cracking you up completely. The more your body moves like a real laugh, the more your brain believes the laugh is truly happening. You are tricking your ancient nervous system using the wisdom of modern neuroscience research studies today. And the trick works every single time, no matter how sad, angry, or tired you felt before starting it. You might feel embarrassed to laugh for no reason, especially if other people can see you doing it. That embarrassment is just your ego trying to protect you from looking silly in front of others. But looking silly for 30 seconds is a small price to pay for a fully reset mind instead. Plus, the people who see you laughing might start laughing too because laughter is very contagious. Soon, everyone around you will feel better, and you will have started a chain reaction of joy today. If you truly cannot laugh out loud where you are, then laugh silently inside your own head. Make the laughing face without sound, shake your shoulders, and let your eyes crinkle up at the corners. Your brain will still get most of the benefits because the facial muscles send the same signals anyway. Make laughing for no reason a daily habit that you protect like brushing your teeth every morning. Set a random alarm on your phone that goes off at different times each day without warning. When the alarm rings, stop everything and laugh for 10 seconds no matter where you are standing. Laugh in your car at a red light and watch how the stress of traffic melts away from you. Laugh in the bathroom stall at work and come out feeling like a different person entirely now. Laugh before a difficult conversation to loosen up your chest and calm your racing heartbeat down. Laugh after a hard cry to signal to your body that the sadness is allowed to leave now. The more you practice, the easier it becomes, and soon you will not need to fake it at all. Real laughter will find you more often because you have opened the door for it to enter your life. Remember that children laugh hundreds of times every day, while adults laugh only a few times sadly. Somewhere between childhood and adulthood, you were taught that laughing is silly or immature or wrong. But the wisest, strongest, most successful people in the world laugh the most every single day. Laughter is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of resilience and intelligence and emotional freedom. You can be serious about your work, your goals, and your life while still laughing often. In fact, laughing will help you be more serious when seriousness is actually needed most. So give yourself permission to be silly, to look foolish, and to laugh for no reason at all. Your mind will reset faster than ever before, and you will wonder why you did not start sooner. Chapter 11. Thank your past hour. Most people spend their days rushing from one task to the next without ever looking backward at all. You finish one thing and immediately start the next thing without pausing to notice what just happened. This constant forward motion leaves no room for gratitude, which is a powerful reset tool for your mind. Gratitude forces your brain to slow down and notice that good things have already occurred recently. You do not need to be grateful for your whole life, which can feel too big and overwhelming sometimes. You just need to be grateful for the last hour, which is small enough to feel real and true. Thanking your past hour takes less than 60 seconds, but changes how you see the rest of your day. This simple practice trains your brain to look for gifts instead of only looking for problems constantly. Stop reading for a moment and think back to what you were doing 1 hour ago exactly. Where were you standing or sitting, and what was happening in that moment of your life today? Did you drink something that tasted good, or eat something that gave you energy to keep moving forward? Did you see something beautiful, like sunlight on a wall or a color that made you feel happy inside? Did you talk to someone who treated you kindly, or did you treat someone else with kindness yourself? Did you finish a small task, solve a tiny problem, or make a decision that helped you somehow? Did your body carry you from one place to another without pain or difficulty during that hour? These are not big miracles, but they are real gifts that your past hour gave to you freely. Now say thank you out loud or silently for at least 3 things that happened in that past hour. Say, thank you for that cold water I drank because my throat was feeling dry and thirsty. Say, thank you for that green light that let me cross the street without waiting too long. Say, thank you for my legs that walked me to the bathroom without me even thinking about it. Say, thank you for the person who smiled at me and made me feel seen for a moment. Say, thank you for the warm air that came out of the heater when I was feeling chilly inside. Say, thank you for my phone that let me read these words and learn something new right now. You can thank anything at all, as long as the thanks feels honest and true to your experience today. The specific words matter less than the feeling of gratitude that grows inside your chest while you speak them. This practice works because your brain cannot feel anxious and grateful at the exact same time at all. Anxiety lives in the future, worrying about what has not happened yet in your life. Gratitude lives in the past, appreciating what has already happened and cannot be taken away. By thanking your past hour, you pull your brain out of future worry and into past appreciation. This shift breaks the anxiety loop and gives your mind a fresh place to stand and rest. You do not need to ignore your real problems or pretend everything is perfect in your world. You just need to also notice that good things happened alongside the hard things during that hour. Both can be true, and choosing to see both keeps your mind balanced instead of broken. You can expand this practice to thank your past day, your past week, or your past year if you want. But starting with 1 hour keeps the practice small, fast, and easy to do many times daily. Try doing this at the top of every hour, right when the clock changes to a new number. Set a gentle alarm on your phone or watch that reminds you to pause and give thanks briefly. You will be amazed at how many good things you notice once you start looking for them on purpose. Things that you used to ignore will suddenly become visible gifts that deserve your gratitude now. Your mood will lift, your energy will rise, and your relationships will feel warmer and closer too. Grateful people are healthier, sleep better, and live longer according to many scientific studies done recently. So thank your past hour right now before you move on to the next chapter ahead of you. What if your past hour was truly terrible, with nothing good happening at all during that time? What if you felt pain, sadness, anger, or fear during that hour and cannot find anything to thank? In that case, thank yourself for surviving that hard hour and for still being here right now. Thank yourself for continuing to breathe, for continuing to try, and for not giving up completely yet. Thank yourself for opening this book and looking for a better way to live your life today. Thank yourself for having the courage to feel hard feelings without running away from them immediately. Thank yourself for being human, because being human means sometimes hours are terrible, and that is okay. Even in the darkest hour, you are still here, and that alone is something to thank yourself for deeply. Your past hour gave you the gift of survival, and that gift deserves your honest gratitude right now. Chapter 12, the so what question. Your mind loves to make small problems feel like giant disasters that will ruin your entire life. A tiny mistake at work becomes proof that you are a failure who will never succeed at anything. A small argument with a friend becomes evidence that you are unlovable and will die all alone someday. A little criticism from your boss becomes a sign that you are about to be fired and become homeless soon. This pattern is called catastrophizing, and every human brain does it automatically without permission from you. The good news is that you can stop this pattern with one simple question asked firmly and honestly. That question is, so what? And it shrinks your biggest fears down to their real, tiny size. So what? Is not mean or uncaring, but a tool for seeing the truth behind the fear completely. When you notice yourself spinning into a disaster story inside your head, stop and ask, so what? Out loud. For example, imagine you are worried that you will be late for a meeting tomorrow morning early. Ask yourself, so what if I am late to that meeting? What is the worst that can really happen? The worst might be that people notice you walking in late and feel slightly annoyed for a second. Then the meeting continues, and by the afternoon, no one remembers or cares that you were late at all. No one gets hurt, no one dies, and your life continues exactly as it was before the lateness happened. The disaster you imagined was a movie playing inside your head, not reality at all. So what? Stops the movie and shows you the boring, harmless truth behind the scary story instead. Let me give you more examples so you can see how powerfully this question works in real-life situations. If you worry, what if I say something stupid during my presentation tomorrow in front of everyone? Ask, so what? And realize that people forget stupid things within minutes usually. If you worry, what if my friend is angry at me and never wants to talk to me again? Ask, so what? And remember that real friendships survive small disagreements all the time. If you worry, what if I fail this test and ruin my entire future forever completely? Ask, so what? And know that you can retake tests, change paths, and try again always. If you worry, what if I gain weight and no one finds me attractive anymore? Ask, so what? And recognize that your worth is not tied to your weight at all. If you worry, what if I make the wrong choice and regret it for the rest of my life? Ask, so what? And understand that you can always make a new choice later. Each so what reveals that the disaster is smaller than your fear made it seem originally. Your brain will fight back against the so what question because it loves being scared honestly. It will say, but this time is different and this disaster could really happen to me now. It will say, you do not understand my situation because my problems are actually much bigger than others. It will say, asking so what is dangerous because it might make me careless or irresponsible somehow. These are just tricks that your anxious brain uses to keep you trapped in fear mode longer. You can answer each trick by saying, "Maybe you are right, but let me ask, so what?" Anyway, just to see. Keep asking the question gently but firmly until you reach the real, boring truth underneath the scary story. The real truth is almost always that you will survive, adapt, and be fine no matter what happens next. Your brain will eventually learn to ask, "So what?" on its own without you having to force it. Use "so what" for small daily worries first before you try it on your biggest fears in life. Practice on worries like, "What if I burn my dinner?" and answer, "So what? Then I will eat cereal instead and try again tomorrow." Practice on worries like, "What if I forget my grocery list?" and answer, "So what? Then I will guess or come back later for the missing items." Practice on worries like, "What if I look ugly in this outfit?" and answer, "So what? Then I will change clothes and no one will remember what I wore anyway." Each small practice builds your "so what" muscle until it becomes strong enough for bigger fears later. Soon you will notice yourself laughing at worries that used to keep you up all night long before. The freedom you feel will be real, and you will wonder why no one taught you this simple question earlier. So what is not about being cold or uncaring, but about being brave enough to face the truth calmly. The final level of "so what" is asking it about your biggest, deepest, most terrifying fear of all. What if the worst thing you can imagine actually happens to you in real life someday? What if you lose someone you love, or lose your health, or lose everything you have worked for? Ask, "So what?" Not to be cruel, but to remind yourself that you have survived hard things before. You have lost things before and kept living, kept loving, and kept trying to be happy anyway. Humans are incredibly strong, and you are a human, which means you are incredibly strong too. So what? Reminds you that even the worst disaster does not erase your ability to find joy again. Even the darkest night ends, and the sun rises, and you are still here breathing and trying. So ask, "So what?" to your biggest fear right now and feel it shrink just a little bit. That little bit of shrinking is the beginning of your mind resetting to courage instead of fear today. Chapter 13. Close your eyes, open your ears. Your eyes work so hard all day that your ears barely get any attention or appreciation at all. You see thousands of images every day, but how many sounds do you truly notice and remember later? Your ears are always listening, even when you are not paying any attention to what they hear constantly. Sounds affect your mood, your energy, and your stress levels without you even realizing it is happening. A loud noise can make you feel anxious, while a soft sound can make you feel calm and safe instead. When you close your eyes, you remove the busy visual world and open up the world of sound fully. Your hearing becomes sharper, clearer, and more detailed when your eyes are not distracting your brain constantly. This makes closing your eyes and opening your ears a powerful reset tool for your busy mind today. Find a comfortable place to sit or lie down where you will not be disturbed for 5 minutes. Close your eyes gently and take 2 slow breaths to settle your body into a relaxed position now. Do not try to listen for anything specific or important, just let sounds come to you naturally. Imagine that your ears are like 2 doors that you have opened wide to let the world inside. Start by noticing the closest sounds, which are probably sounds coming from your own body mostly. You might hear your own breathing moving in and out, or your stomach making quiet digestion noises. You might hear the rustle of your clothes when you move slightly, or your heart beating softly inside. These sounds are always there, but you usually ignore them because your eyes are too busy seeing things. After you notice your own body sounds, expand your listening to the room or space around you now. You might hear a clock ticking, a fan spinning, or a heater clicking on and off quietly. You might hear footsteps in another room, a door closing softly, or someone talking far away. You might hear the hum of a refrigerator, the buzz of a light bulb, or the creak of a building settling. Do not judge these sounds as good or bad, interesting or boring, important or meaningless at all. Just notice each sound as it arrives, then let it go and wait for the next sound to come. Your brain will want to name each sound and tell a story about where it comes from. Gently push that numbing habit aside and just hear the sound as pure sound without any labels. This is harder than it sounds, but practice makes it easier every time you try it. Now expand your listening even further to the sounds coming from outside your building or home entirely. You might hear birds singing, wind blowing through trees, or rain falling on the roof above you. You might hear cars driving past, a dog barking in the distance, or children playing somewhere nearby. You might hear an airplane flying overhead, a lawn mower running, or music playing from a neighbor's house. These outside sounds connect you to the larger world beyond your own small worries and problems today. You are not alone, because the world is full of life and movement, and sound all around you constantly. Your tiny troubles become smaller when you remember how big and busy the world actually is out there. Let the outside sounds wash over you like a wave, carrying some of your stress away with them. If you live in a very quiet place with almost no sounds to hear, do not worry at all about that. You can create sounds by making them yourself very gently without disturbing other people nearby. Rub your thumb and finger together close to your ear and listen to the soft scratching sound appear. Tap your fingernail against a glass, a book, or a table and hear the different tones each makes. Snap your fingers, clap your hands softly, or hum a low note from deep inside your chest. Pour water from one cup to another and hear the gentle splashing sound that follows the stream. These self-made sounds work just as well as outside sounds for the purpose of this exercise. The goal is not to hear specific sounds, but to practice listening deeply without needing to see anything. Your ears are powerful reset tools that you have been ignoring for way too long until now. Practice this closed-eye listening exercise for 5 minutes every day for 1 full week ahead. You can do it first thing in the morning before you open your eyes to check your phone. You can do it last thing at night after you turn off the lights and get into your bed. You can do it in the middle of a stressful day when you lock yourself in a bathroom stall. After 1 week, you will notice that your ears feel like new friends instead of strangers. You will catch yourself listening to sounds without closing your eyes, just because you enjoy it now. You will feel calmer in noisy places because you know how to hear noise without fighting it. You will feel less lonely in quiet places because you know how to find the sounds that live there. Your mind will reset faster because your ears give your eyes a much-needed break from working. Close your eyes right now for 30 seconds and just listen, then open them and notice how you feel. Chapter 14. Give yourself permission. Most of your stress comes from rules that you did not even choose to follow in your life. Someone told you long ago that you should work hard, never rest, and always be productive every second. Someone told you that you should be perfect, never make mistakes, and always know the right answer immediately. Someone told you that you should please everyone, never say no, and always put others before yourself completely. These rules live inside your head like mean bosses who yell at you constantly all day long. You try so hard to follow these rules, but you can never follow them perfectly enough to feel safe. The exhaustion you feel comes from fighting against your own human limits every single hour. That is why giving yourself permission is the most freeing reset you will ever learn in this book. Permission means looking at those old rules and saying, I choose to set this rule down right now. You do not need anyone else to give you permission because you are the boss of your own life. You can give yourself permission to rest even when your to-do list is not finished completely yet. You can give yourself permission to make mistakes because mistakes are how every human being learns and grows. You can give yourself permission to say no to people without explaining or apologizing for your choice at all. You can give yourself permission to feel sad, angry, or scared without needing to fix those feelings immediately. You can give yourself permission to change your mind, change your path, or change who you used to be. These permissions are not lazy or wrong. They are actually the kindest and smartest choices you can make today. Try giving yourself one specific permission right now while you read these words on this page. Say out loud or silently, I give myself permission to stop doing anything for the next 5 minutes. Say, I give myself permission to close this book and walk away if I feel tired of reading. Say, I give myself permission to not understand everything in this chapter perfectly right now. Say, I give myself permission to be exactly where I am without needing to be further ahead. Notice how your body feels when you say these permission words to yourself gently and honestly. Your shoulders might drop, your jaw might unclench, or your breathing might become slower and deeper. That release is your nervous system relaxing because someone finally said the words it needed to hear. That someone is you, and you have the power to give yourself permission anytime you want. Write down a list of permissions that you need to hear most in your life right now today. Write, I give myself permission to sleep 8 hours without feeling guilty about wasted time. Write, I give myself permission to eat food that tastes good instead of only food that is healthy. Write, I give myself permission to cry when I feel sad instead of pretending to be strong always. Write, I give myself permission to ask for help when I cannot figure things out alone anymore. Write, I give myself permission to enjoy my hobbies without needing to make money from them. Write, I give myself permission to be average at some things instead of excellent at everything. Write as many permissions as you can think of, and read this list to yourself every single morning. Your brain will slowly believe these permissions if you repeat them often enough with feeling behind them. The hardest permission to give yourself is the permission to be imperfect and human like everyone else. You have been taught that perfection is the goal, but perfection does not actually exist in real life. Every successful, happy, wise person you admire has failed, cried, and felt lost many times. The difference is that they gave themselves permission to keep going anyway despite their imperfections. They did not wait until they felt ready or good enough before they tried to live their lives. They gave themselves permission to be a mess and still be worthy of love and respect from others. You can do the same thing starting right now by looking in a mirror and saying these words firmly. I am not perfect, and I give myself permission to be okay with that truth today. Those words will feel strange at first, but keep saying them until they feel like home to you. Remember that giving yourself permission is not the same as giving up on your goals or dreams at all. You can still work hard, grow, and improve while also giving yourself permission to rest sometimes. You can still aim high and push yourself while also giving yourself permission to fail sometimes. Permission is not a weakness, but the foundation of real strength that lasts for a long time. A tree that cannot bend in the wind will break, but a tree that bends survives the storm easily. You are that tree, and permission is your ability to bend without breaking under pressure daily. So give yourself permission to be kind to yourself, because you have been mean enough for too long. Give yourself permission to start over, because every single day offers a new beginning to you. Give yourself permission to reset your mind, because that is exactly why you opened this book today. Chapter 15. The 5-Minute Future You. Imagine that there is a version of you who exists just 5 minutes from now in the future. That version of you will feel exactly the way you choose to feel starting from this present moment. You have the power to decide what mood, energy level, and mindset that future you will have. Right now, you can take actions that will make future you feel calm, strong, and ready for anything. Or you can take no actions, and future you will feel exactly as stressed as you feel today. This is not magic or wishful thinking, but a simple truth about how moments connect to each other. Each 5-minute block of your life builds the next 5-minute block after it completely. That means you can design your future self one 5-minute reset at a time starting now. Close your eyes and picture yourself 5 minutes from now sitting exactly where you are sitting today. What do you want that version of you to be feeling inside their heart and mind and body? Do you want them to feel calm, or do you want them to feel anxious and worried still? Do you want them to feel hopeful, or do you want them to feel hopeless and stuck in place? Do you want them to feel strong, or do you want them to feel weak and tired of trying at all? Whatever you want for them, you can give to them by choosing one reset tool from this book now. You have 15 chapters of tools to choose from, each one tested and proven to work fast. Pick the tool that feels right for this moment and use it for the next 5 minutes completely. Your future self will thank you with a calm mind and a light heart ready for the rest of the day. Now take this idea even further and picture yourself 5 days from now in the near future. What choices can you make today that will make that future you feel proud and grateful instead of regretful? What tiny habits can you start now that will build into big changes after 5 days of practice together? Every time you choose a reset, you are voting for the kind of person you want to become slowly. Every time you skip a reset, you are voting to stay exactly where you are without growing at all. You do not need to be perfect or do every reset every day to see real results in your life. You just need to do more resets than you skip, and your future self will feel the difference clearly. 5 days from now, you will look back and thank yourself for the small choices you made today. That is the power of thinking about your future self as a real person who deserves your kindness now. Most people never think about their future selves at all, which is why they feel stuck for years sometimes. They make choices based on what feels good right now without considering how those choices add up later. But you are different now because you have read this book and learned a better way to live your life. You can ask yourself before any action, what would my future self want me to do in this moment? The answer is almost always the reset, the rest, the kind choice, or the brave small step forward. Your future self does not want you to scroll on your phone for hours or stay up too late tonight. Your future self wants you to breathe, pause, reset, and take care of your precious mind carefully. Your future self is counting on you to make good choices, and you do not want to let them down. Write a short letter from your future self to your current self right now on a piece of paper. Start the letter with, "Dear past me, thank you for choosing to reset your mind when things got hard." Then write down 3 things that your future self is grateful that you did during this time of your life. Maybe your future self is grateful that you read this book and actually tried the exercises inside it. Maybe your future self is grateful that you paused instead of panicked during a stressful moment recently. Maybe your future self is grateful that you gave yourself permission to rest, laugh, or cry when needed. Read this letter out loud to yourself and let the gratitude from your future self wash over you. This practice makes your future self feel real, and a real future self is worth taking care of today. You would do anything for a friend you love, so do those same things for your future self too. The final secret is that your future self is actually just your current self with more practice behind them. Every reset you do today makes tomorrow's resets easier, faster, and more automatic for your brain. You are not waiting to become a calm person someday in some distant future time at all. You are becoming a calmer person right now, with every breath, every pause, and every small choice. The 5-minute future you is already here, because 5 minutes from now is almost now already. So go ahead and become that person starting with this exact moment while you finish this chapter. Take one deep breath, drop your shoulders, and give yourself a tiny smile of pride and hope. Your future self is watching, and they are so proud of how far you have come already today. Now close this book and go live the reset that you have been waiting your whole life to begin. Conclusion. You made it to the end of this book, and that alone proves you are serious about resetting your mind. You have learned 15 different tools, each one able to change your mental state in 5 minutes or less. You do not need to use all of them, because different days will call for different tools to work best. Some days you will need the pause button, and other days you will need the shoulder drop instead. Some days you will need to name 3 good things, and other days you will need to laugh for no reason. The important thing is that you now have a toolbox full of options when stress shows up uninvited. You are no longer helpless against your own anxious thoughts or overwhelmed feelings anymore. You have the power to reset, and that power lives inside you right now at this very moment. Remember that resetting your mind is not about becoming a different person or fixing something broken inside you. You were never broken, and you do not need to be fixed by anyone or anything at all. You just needed a few simple tools to help you navigate the natural ups and downs of being human. Every mind gets messy sometimes, and every heart gets heavy sometimes, and that is completely normal. The difference now is that you know how to clean the mess and lighten the weight fast. You know how to pause, breathe, move, think, laugh, and give yourself permission to start over. So go out into your life and use these tools often, because practice makes them stronger every single day. And when you forget, do not be mean to yourself. Just open this book again and begin once more. You have everything you need, and you are exactly where you need to be right now. Now go reset your mind and watch how beautiful your life becomes one 5-minute moment at a time.